Welcome back to our second reading of today. I felt the drawing to come back today. My name is LettiSpeaks, and we'll be taking a look at the energies coming out for us today. I did start for the sake of time. I don't expect for this one to be as long as the other one. I want to jump right in. My name is Letty. Like, share, comment if this is your first time. If you would be so kind to consider subscribing. If you do, hit the bell so you'll be notified if I go live or if I post new content like this. Sharing and liking also helps the content to become available to those that may need to hear the message as well. So thank you so much. Welcome. And so the first three cards that I pulled out here, direction, freedom, and balance. Starting with the energy around direction. This is really delving into, and if I could just show you here what that looks like. It's delving into the understanding of where you are headed, where you're headed, and being in the know, being able to identify what that is, having a sense of direction, right? It's almost looking at the ideas around being able to be set on a path, right? And when you know what that is, if you know where you're headed, you're less likely to be distracted off of the path when you actually know. And it also is easier, right, to set a schedule or to set a predetermined routine, if I can say that, to how things will play out on an everyday basis, right? It's just on, not taking for granted, but it's just as a matter of factly knowing what it is that you need to do in any given moment when you know what your mission is, when you know what the purpose is, right? There's almost a easier flow that happens when you know that. And so this card is actually bringing out the question: do you know where it is that you're headed? Do you know what your destination is, what the goal is, what the purpose is? I also started by pulling out a couple of tarot cards, which I pulled the Strength and the Ace of Cups, okay? And now the Strength represents the number 8, which is definitely moving energy. 8s represent movement. It represents energy, represents action. And for the actual Strength card, this is Leo energy. And this represents, I feel like for me, what I'm feeling from the Strength card today is being set on a path that is one that will take you to a place or set you on a path that not many will discover, not many will endeavor to travel this path with the Strength card, right? There's a level of some of the energies pouring out from this card today is a very powerful energy. It's an energy driven by courage and inner strength. This is an energy that is very inwardly driven, right? You may not necessarily get a lot of outward support or accolades, like a lot of energies pouring in for you outside of yourself. This is almost like an intrinsic discovery, an intrinsic knowing, an intrinsic drive on this path of the Strength card. Dealing with self-respect, conviction within yourself. This is being able to do what you know needs to be done, or travel this path that you've set out on, no matter what the outer circumstances are, no matter who's there with you, no matter what support you have or don't have. It's a compassion that is driven from the inward parts. And The birds are going crazy out there. And there's several of them that's just squawking all of a sudden. And so this path that you set out on, this direction that you're heading in, is definitely one that is least traveled. It's least traveled. But for you, right, it almost feels like you can definitely say that this is something specifically that's going to stir up this very water-like energy within you, this very passionate, very emotionally fulfilled energy, this very creative energy that will drive you out to experience the world in a different way. This is an offer to experience life on your terms, experience life in a whole different scope of things too. But the question is it remains, do you know where you're going? It poses this question, do you have an idea of what that is, of where that is? Because the more information, the more sure you are of where that is, the more likely you will be to stick to that and to make sure that you are setting yourself up, that you are heading and sticking to a certain path that will lead you there. Now, if you don't know, that's okay too. Not all of us are in the know of exactly what that is. We have some kind of inkling of what that is. The Ace of Cups brings in a very intuitive energy as well. So you may be having some feelings of what kind of the direction that is. You may not have the clear-cut picture, but you have a sense, right? For some, it's like, I'm not sure, but I know it's something spiritual. I know it's, I know it's something where I'm connecting with people because of my love for that connection that I get when I get to help people or connect with people, right? For some, it may be, around entrepreneurship, where you're doing business, dealing with numbers, and, leading people into a way of courageously taking, over when it comes to things like making money, right? You may be good at inspiring people to get out there and do things on their own terms, That may be something that really inspires you, right? So you may not have a clear cut, not all of us have that yet, but you may have a general instinctual idea of what area that is. And so this is asking that question. Do you know what direction you're headed in? If you don't, that may be something that you may need to really delve in and ask Spirit for clarity around that. And yes, it's okay to ask. You'd be surprised the answers that you get when you ask a question and then sit and anticipate the answer to that question. This is definitely something that is very important. Knowing the direction you're being called in, finding your North Star, finding that point on the map that represents your goal, your purpose, the destination that you have been given, so that you don't get sidetracked and led away into something else. And so this may be something that Spirit is bringing up today so that you will reach out intentionally and get clarity on that. Now, for someone, this also could definitely include freedom, because that came out as well. Freedom in some type of way. Okay. Now, freedom could definitely be speaking about in terms of, I feel like it could be in terms of You just moving from this place where you are right now, being able to change your current circumstances, your current position. And it's also changing even how you're seeing things, changing your point of view as well. Right? You're not a tree. That means you are not bound to stay in any situation that you are in right now. You have the ability to get up and move. Matter of fact, looking at the wings on this bird, you have the ability to get up and fly for who I'm talking to. Freedom indicates the ability to move. It indicates flexibility and expansion towards what it is that you're moving towards, your horizons. This could be around wanting to travel, right? Wanting the freedom to just be able to go to and from work when you get ready. Wanting the freedom to, be able to go out and get what it is that you decide you might want at any given moment of time. And so this is also inner exploration, asking yourself some questions. Which areas of your life do you want to expand and become more free? And there may be even a need to ask yourself, what is your definition of freedom? What is that for you? Let's get some tarot on freedom as well. Yeah. Now, the Seven of Pentacles came out here, and I do feel like this definitely has to do with work. Pentacles talks about work, okay? This definitely has to do with work, but even more than that, this is you benefiting from your work, right? Going to a 9-to-5, that's cool and that's fine. But when it comes to you benefiting from the work that you do, that means that you can actually, I don't know why I'm hearing this. This could be you wanting to go and work for yourself, right? You taking the energy, the time, the effort, the mental energy that you're pouring into a 9-to-5 and actually reaping the benefits of that for yourself. When you work for yourself, right? All of that energy, all of your resources that you're pouring into someone else's business, you could actually be taking that and pouring it into your own business and persevering for your own future. I feel like this has something to do with you working for yourself, or you seeing the fruits of your own labor, bringing your own ideas and goals to a success. That may be something that you've been working towards that you quite haven't got there yet, right? You're looking to see more expansion. What you've been waiting for, I feel like, for who this is resonating with. And it's not just you. This is also friends. This could be collaborations that you're part of. This could be community. This could be those that support you in that way. And being able to celebrate not only for yourself, but this could be within a group effort that's happening right now. 1 second. Three of Cups brings this to a common goal. So you could be working within a group, trying to get free, trying to expand, trying to step into that emperor energy, that empress energy, where you're actually running things yourself, right? There's no reason why we can't. But this feels like you've been watching and working and waiting till that moment where you can celebrate, where you can actually be free. But again, I'm being brought back to the question, what does that mean? What does freedom mean to you? What does it mean to you? What's your definition of freedom? And which areas of your life would you like to expand that concept? This is about being able to define, right? Because it's in defining and being specific with what you're expecting that you're able to head towards that, and you'll be less likely to be driven off of the path. And so it's about knowing the direction, being able to define what that looks like, okay? Okay, and then lastly, the other card that came out was balance, right? Y'all know I love me some balance. I'm always talking about balance. And this is the ability to stay on course, right? Not being driven off course, especially as we know where we're going, where we're headed, makes it easier to do that. And being able to define that, but you know, there's no way to avoid these distractions that we'll encounter along the way. Like, we can think of these as winds coming along to knock us off balance or knock us off focus. See how balanced he is on the wire? But I feel like there is a position that we can situate ourselves in that would help us to be unfazed and unbothered when the winds do pass by. This balance represents our spiritual balance, our mental balance, our physical balance, you know, even financial balance, right? And it's the way that we meet those external forces with this balance and that internal strength, right? With the internal strength, allowing us to continue to exist in harmony, in balance, unfazed, unscathed. The fact that this has come out, I feel like this is a call for you to get ready, to gird up your loins. There may be something that will pass by that will present a test of your patience, your ability to stay balanced, to stay cool and not compromise your integrity. Just like the wind, you know, it comes to test us too, or just to make its presence known as it passes by. It feels a little bit like that. And so this is actually probably just letting you know there may be a little something that comes by to test you, okay? This could also be alluding to needing to bring things into a tighter routine, a tighter schedule. Maybe there's some things that needs to be reorganized. This could be maybe looking or calling to look into creating more time for yourself, adding yourself into your schedule, or just looking at how things are set up. Is it balanced? Is your day consumed with things that drain your energy, right? That make it easy for something to come in and just knock you off. That's what I feel like that's asking to be looked at. So let's get some tarot. See if we can get a better understanding of what this is. That's definitely something that I have learned. When you prioritize yourself, you end up with a lot more energy to do more as opposed to trying to squeeze more into your day. It's kind of, amazing how that works. When you put yourself first, how you end up with more energy to do more. So let's see. This may definitely be a point of contention for you. Maybe there's some inner conflict around just being more balanced, making you a priority in that equation, moving away from things that you may have come to prioritize that may not serve you well, being a priority. I feel like Spirit wants you to make yourself more of a priority in your schedule. You may have a difficult time moving away from this old way of doing things. You may, in fact, have some internal conflict about how you feel about that. But I do feel like I said, it's amazing how when you put yourself first, how you end up with more energy and you end up getting more things done by the end of the day. It's kind of magical. And so balance is of the essence right now. There may be something coming to test you here. All right. So that's what I'm getting here. Let's see if there's anything else. Hierophant. Yeah, this could be just having a certain set of ways that you're used to doing things. Yeah, so let's see. Spirit is saying you're going to have to be really assertive with what it is that you accept as you make these changes, or notice things that may need to be changed. You may not be able to accept every invitation, right? You could be someone who's very popular and desired. There may be a time to possibly cut back on being available. Yeah. Even as it pertains to things that would seem very traditional. It's just a given, you know, that we do certain things. Well, this may be a time to possibly change that and to pivot around yourself, okay? That's what I'm getting, y'all. Just a quick message stopping by to deliver that. Thanks for stopping by. It's been LettiSpeaks. Take care. Bye.